Hey everybody, Penison Undercover here. Today is Sunday, January 12th, 2020. And we're having a beautiful winter day here in New Jersey. Temperatures in the upper 60s, sunshine, a little breezy, but I'll take it. So this story here is directed towards the residents of Monmouth County. For those of you who don't live in the county, maybe the story will be of interest to you. So I hope you'll stay with us and listen to it. This has to do with the Republican Party here in Monmouth County. For those of you who don't know, the swamp is deep and thick with nepotism, cronyism with the Republican Party here in Monmouth County. We have the Sheriff, Sean Golden, who is the Republican chairman here in Monmouth County, and he's also in charge of the Sheriff's Department. All our freeholders are Republicans. Everybody's Republican out here in Monmouth County government. So when somebody wants something, so when Sheriff Golden wants something for his Sheriff's Department, you think those freeholders are going to say no? They're not going to say no. He went to build a police academy. I believe it was going to be $28 million. And he did a bait and switch and came back and said, I need another $25 million so I can make it a state crime lab. And they pulled $25 million out of the taxpayers' asses for him. So yeah, it's the swamp is very thick and deep. So this story has to do, it was posted on the Monmouth County Republican Committee's page, and here's a picture of it right there. I'll put the link in the description for you. This has to do with Ross Licitra, L-I-C-I-T-R-A. And for those of you who don't know who Ross Licitra is, I will give you the rundown on him, and then I'll read this quick story here. Ross was a detective for the Monmouth County Prosecutor's Office. Remember, this is key information given. He was a detective for the Monmouth County Prosecutor's Office. A few short years ago, he retired. Now, I believe his salary was up around $140,000. So take 65% of that, and what do we come out with? 85,000, 90,000. So that's his pension. Remember that. That's his pension. He's getting that now. Short time after he retires, he gets another job with the county, and I'm going to show you how this job worked out. He works for the SPCA. At one time, the SPCA itself did the animal control law enforcement, and here in Monmouth County provided the cars, the equipment, and the gas for the SPCA, and they provided the officers. Well, that has since changed. The Monmouth County Prosecutor's Office has taken over that duty. So now it's entirely funded and run by the Monmouth County Prosecutor's Office. Well, our friend Ross Licitra wasn't, he wasn't going to retire right away. He got his pension, and he went back and got that nice little token job being the Executive Director and Chief Human Law Enforcement Officer of the Monmouth County SPCA. Are you paying attention? You still with me on this? Now, I had checked a while back because I did a story about one of their law enforcement officers, SPCA officers, Nucio, I think his name was. I caught him going down a road in Monmouth County, going about 90 miles an hour with his phone to his ear. When I caught up to him, I gave him a piece of my mind. And he was making, I checked his salary, he was about $80,000 a year. Well, Licitra is up around $100,000. You still with me now? So let's run it down. He retired from the Monmouth County Prosecutor's Office. His pension's around $85,000, $90,000 a year. And shortly after, he went back and got a job with the SPCA, overseen by the prosecutor's office. So in other words, folks, he's still going in and out the same door. Only this time when he goes in and out, he's collecting a pension and he's collecting a salary for the animal enforcement. Now, I don't know what you know about the animal enforcement here in Monmouth County, but there's very little in the way of that. They don't generate much action. So it really is a cushy job. They sit in their car, they sit in the office, and they wait around all day for somebody to call and say, hey, there's a dog that's outside in the freezing cold. Could you go investigate it? And maybe once in a great while, they will crack some case of somebody abusing a horse or something like that. But as I said to Matt Tim at one time, when we did the story about the SPCA cop speeding, talking on his phone, it's like a $1 million budget out there for this SPCA program. They could take that money and fund a shelter and put all the abused animals in it. Or anybody that doesn't want their animal, they could drop it off. That $1 million would fund a shelter. So anyway, he's getting a pension from working at the prosecutor's office. He's back again working out of the prosecutor's office, collecting a salary somewhere around $100,000, and now he wants to run for freeholder. There's going to be a vacancy come November, so he wants to run as a freeholder, and that job there in itself pays about $30,000, give or take a few bucks. I think it's around $30,000, and essentially all he has to do is show up for 1 or 2 meetings a month, and he's good to go. And basically the job just entails them voting on budgets and going out and getting their picture taken, because that's what I see some of the other freeholders doing. They're always out getting the picture taken, or doing some story about how they helped a friend get their business going. That's what they do. They never do any stories about saving the taxpayers' money. I haven't seen one yet, and I follow all of them. So there you go. He wants to get another salary off the taxpayers. But here's the little problem. This is the question that I have for the Monmouth County Republican Party. How does a person who's working for a county agency now become or want to become a freeholder? Is that not a conflict of interest? I think it is. So maybe the Monmouth County Republicans could explain this a little bit, because I'm a little confused. I know Matt Tim's a little confused. I talked to him about it. We want to know how you can work for a county agency and also be a freeholder and vote on budgets. You see how it goes, folks? These Republicans out here in Monmouth County, they've got it all. They got it all figured out. They've got a plan. And their plan is to promote all their little friends that are in the Republican Party. That's what it's all about. All right, let me read the story real quick. It's just a short one here. It says, Ross Licitra, Executive Director and Chief Humane Law Enforcement Officer of the Monmouth County SPCA, announces candidacy for Monmouth County Freeholder. Check out the article. Well, this article is actually in the More Monmouth Musings. The guy that runs that, Art Gallagher, he's an a-hole as far as I'm concerned. I don't put any, he's too busy blowing smoke up everybody's ass all the time. So I'm just going to read something where Ross said, he says, I'm excited to announce my candidacy for freeholder. I'm a lifelong resident of Monmouth County, dedicating my entire adult life to public service as a law enforcement officer, currently the Executive Director of the Monmouth County SPCA, who began his law enforcement career as a municipal police officer for several years and then as a county detective within the prosecutor's office for 25 years. Through my career, I've learned the importance of how responsible leadership in government truly affects the quality of life for everyone. Well, Mr. Licitra, why don't you explain to everybody how it's okay for you to collect a pension and go back to the same office and collect a salary that the taxpayers have to pay for? See, this is the problem with these public workers, and New Jersey needs to straighten this crap out. I don't think it'll ever happen in my lifetime, but if you retire and you got a pension, you want to go back and work for a municipality, a county government, you want to go back and work for taxpayers, and your pension should be put on hold, period. Why don't you collect a pension and go back to the same office that you retired from and get a salary? I mean, anybody out there in the private sector got such a deal going on? Probably not. This is Gunnison Undercover. I don't even have to tell you. You know what I'm thinking, and I know what you're thinking. They all just Nepotist, cronyism, and they're all having a great time off the backs of the taxpayers.